Once again, we're interviewing this outstanding guest, New York Times best-selling author, Laura Day. And we're talking about her latest book, The Circle. Now, Laura, before we go any further, we didn't mention that the first book, Practical Intuition, that flew off the shelves in '96, 199,000 copies were sold. You were invited onto Oprah, and that was your first time on TV.
Oprah's such a generous host. I wanted to say something about you. I'm going to turn the camera on you for a second. You know, it is, when I go on shows, it is so rare that anyone has read and understood the book. And you, I mean, people, you know, you have to interview so many people. You took the time to come to the workshop, to experience for yourself that it worked or didn't, you know, and I was really impressed by that, because what you're giving to other people, you know already this works or this is something to be wary of.
If you're interested in living a long and healthy life, then stay tuned in for this show. We have an expert on health and longevity with us, Nobel Prize nominee, Dr. Joel Wallach. Dr. Wallach, thank you for joining us.
Well, thank you for having me, Jill. It's always good to be with you.
Well, likewise. You have a lot. We've got a lot to cover here. You're an author of 5 books, and you've got a 6th one coming out in the spring.
Yes.
That's exciting. And the latest book is called?
God Bless America.
God Bless America. That's beautiful. In the second half of the show, we'll talk about some of the information in these books. And not to mention, you've written research papers, hundreds of them, scientific research papers on health and longevity. Laura, I can't wait to try what it is you concocted for us here. Maybe for the viewers, we'll let them know what it is that we made here in case they missed the first part of the show.
It's very green. It tastes very green. It's grassy but sweet.
Look at this, eh? Okay, so we'll have a toast to...
Why don't we toast to our health and your health?
Okay. Natural health, well-being.
I just love it.
Oh, do you know... Oh, it has a sweet taste to it.
It does.
It's interesting. It's like you're tasting grass.
Yeah.
But
it's sweet.
Really sweet. Wow.
Do you like it?
Well, you were talking about a wheatgrass buzz.
Yeah.
I think this has to be my favorite because I love the color.
The color is great.
It's a purpley kind of color.
That one's a good one, huh?
I can really see this as a breakfast drink.
Oh, yeah.
Because personally, I know there's some people who maybe aren't drawn to having breakfast or something lighter, but for me, this would be a little bit more filling. I think I could tie you over until mid-morning or lunch.
Absolutely.
You can get blueberries in your teeth. Wow, is that ever great? You hear about people hitting rock bottom in order to make their way back out into the light. It sounds like you got a good taste of that. So I'm relating to what you say. Yeah, because you can get to these places where it may not be working, and there's got to be an alternative. And how we all have tendencies when we have goals and we get excited about life and what we want to accomplish, that we can really push ourselves, and to know that we can't push the river, and sometimes the more we push and the harder we try, the actually more we push the things we want away from us. So what you're saying is, regardless of culture, age, background, training, someone can go through the layers to get to this place of source, where their inner healer is, where their answers, their wisdom, their truth is, and then once they reach there, they can take that back into their life.
Yes, totally. The hair on my arm is rising up as I hear you say that.
Well, you got tears in your eyes. I'm absolutely moved too. I was wondering why I had such a lump in my throat before we began. Thank you for joining us for the Body, Mind, Spirit, and Motion. I'm your host, Jill Hewlett. For any questions or comments, please go to my website at www.jillhewlett.com. This evening, our very special guest is Dr. Paul Dennison, a world authority on learning and development and the co-founder of Educational Kinesiology and Brain Gym International. Dr. Dennison, thank you for making the time to be with us.
So great to be here.
Tonight we're at the town hall for Dr. Dennison, and Jill, for those who don't know, is the host of Body, Mind, and Spirit on Aurora Cable. Jill, why is Dr. Dennison in town?
Dr. Dennison is in town for various reasons. He's teaching a practitioner course. He comes once a year to Canada, and he's also been so gracious as to put on this public lecture.
And are you one of the organizers that got him here tonight?
Yes. I was very thankful that I'm in direct correspondence with Dr. Dennison, and he was also willing to be interviewed on our Body, Mind, Spirit show. So I interviewed him this morning and I coordinated the event for this evening.
Now, what are people going to expect to hear tonight?
Oh, so you know what? Dr. Dennison can speak about so much. I think the primary focus will be about learning from the bottom up rather than top down, meaning being in the body and being in the heart in playful learning at someone's own pace. And that creates a dynamic whole brain. So a child who has learning difficulties or an adult who has problems in the workplace can overcome these challenges and blocks through the messages he's going to share.
And most of the viewers will know you as the host of the show, but you wear more hats than that. Tell us a little bit about Jill Hewlett, the Jill Hewlett that we wouldn't see here on the show.
Okay, well, first of all, I have a title as an educational kinesiologist.
Okay, that's a mouthful.
Yeah, and a lot
what is that?
What is that exactly? Education actually means to draw out. It comes from the Latin word educar, and kinesiology is the science of movement. So in fact, what I do with children and adults and seniors is draw out more of who they are, their relationships, in their health, and in their careers from the inside out through kinesiology, which is the science of movement.
So you're helping people become more of who they are by using their body? So
yes, well that's why I love the show so much, because it's about the body, mind, heart, and spirit. And you know, we're more than just the mind. In society, people live so often from the neck up. They're trying to communicate their thoughts or figure it out, living in the past or the future. And the solution that I feel is best is to use the other huge components of who we are, the other 3/4, which to me is the body, the repository of all our past experiences, and it senses and indicates and directs us through talking to us constantly if we listen. And of course, there's the heart, where we hold our passions, our desires, our emotion, our fuel for change. And then of course our spirit, once our body, mind, and heart are connected, our spirit, our inspiration for life, our motivation, our dreams, our goals become more obvious, and we're more likely to follow through on going for them. And success and achievement is a natural outcome.